All right, so my name is Lisa Dumicich and I am the Head of eLearning at Chairo Christian School. And I often get asked where and what is Chairo. It's not Chairo and it's not Cairo in Egypt. We've got 1,300 students plus over 4 campuses in South Gippsland and South East Melbourne. And we were founded in 1983. And we have a really diverse clientele, from kids who live in dairy farms in the middle of Gippsland to kids who live in suburban Melbourne. So our short LMS history, we had TAS LMS, but because our campuses are so diverse, we needed something a little bit more flexible than TAS was offering us at the time. So we changed to the Schoolbox LMS at the start of this year. Our Schoolbox LMS is called Link, and we've created an avatar called Lincoln, and Lincoln will show us how to actually use Link in the future. He's in development at the moment. Along with introducing Schoolbox, Chairo created my position, the Head of eLearning, and my job is to help the teachers to use Schoolbox well, and at the moment we're really focusing on class and course development as we start off. Teacher training has been a huge part of my role, and we've also been extensively using the Teacher Schoolbox course, which has been excellent. Given the multi-campus nature of our school, I'm only one person, I can't be everywhere at the same time at all times, so that has been fantastic for us. So in creating classes and courses, I want to avoid seeing this, and this is some live samples of some things that I found in our Schoolbox instance. So the bland course, the half-completed course, or my absolute favourite, the what on earth colour combination is that course, I can't read it course. Love those ones, although that colour's not too bad, I don't think, from some of the other ones I've seen as well. So I decided that I teach Year 12 Business Management, and I needed to create a model class and course so teachers could come in and have a look at it and see what they should be doing. So my first attempt was something that looked a little bit like this. I loved the Schoolbox icon pack, and I went a little bit crazy using the icons for tiles. And I used that for a couple of months, but my students were feeding back to me that they didn't know what page they were on, and some of the teachers when they were looking at my class and course as well, because it all looked the same. So I decided it was time for a redesign to try and make the navigation a bit better across the site, make it a bit more usable and more engaging for my students. So this is what my class and course pages look like now. My class page I've deliberately kept very simple. And kept only a few elements on it because I know each year I'm going to have to rebuild the thing. So, and I love having the countdown to the exam up the top. It freaks my kids out every single time they log in, which is great. I also use the news function to put on news articles for my class, and we use that in class. I show them and we talk about them in class, so that's been really helpful to keep my kids up to date. The big tile up the top, which is this one, that's the navigation to the top of my course structure. So that one, when you log in, when you get to that, it looks like this. And this carries all of my information about the whole course. So the study design, assessment handbooks, course criteria, any links that are needed for the entire course. And eventually, plans for our school is that all of our curriculum documentation will sit on the course pages as well. On the side, there's also these tiles. I changed from icons to real pictures. I didn't do anything about copyright. Am I bad? That's why I feel really bad now after Alicia. And this leads to my course unit pages. So everything to do with any of my topics sits in the course unit page. So this one that I'm showing you is that's change management that we're doing at the moment. So I've got videos there for students so they don't have to hear my voice all the time, so we can have different voice in the classroom, and all of the resources sit in that page. I made sure across every page that I have consistent navigation so students can easily find their way around, and doing that by changing the source of the tiles box each time. So you do it once in the course page and then spread the love across all of your other pages. And I found for myself that I needed to remove the cartoons. I can't make cartoony things look good, so they've gone from my page, so I got rid of them. I've seen other people's pages and they look amazing, but for me it doesn't work. And I've also colour-coded it. So the purple, the second line, is my Unit 3, the green is Unit 4, yellow is exams, and blue is my class page. And I'm planning to put that through everything that I do, PowerPoints, handouts, videos, all of those sorts of stuff. That's my plan for next year. So everything will be colour-coded, just to make it really obvious for my students. I use a lot of video for students to flip the classroom, but also to give that different voice. So that's on my pages a lot. And I make sure I keep all of the resources up there, and I try and sort the resources out rather than having a list of doom of everything in one big files component. I try and do a bit of organising, putting things in folders and using the source as well, just to make it easier to find. And I also have all of my assessments set up. I still find, even with the new course structure, and it's great that some of my teachers are still struggling to understand how to set up assessment tasks and where they go. So making sure that's all set up and modelled correctly is great. And finally, the analytics tool. I showed my students that if they, the more they visit, the higher their mark is. So one of my lovely students decided to visit 850 times. He's mucked my graph up. Thank you.